Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Arabic 101. We are on class 38. Open up to page 87. الدرس الخامس عشر. الدرس الخامس عشر. Class number 15. All right. I told you guys to do your homework. It was, let's see, 4 questions long. We did a brief check, and also for the online viewers. It's for your benefit, so just make sure that you are, doing your homework. All right. I'm going to go ahead and read so we get the pronunciation correct, right? And then after we read the dialogue one time, what's the dialogue called, by the way, in Arabic? You guys remember? What do we call this section? The dialogue. Well, this dialogue is called al-hiwar. Hiwar. It's dialogue. Hiwarun means dialogue.
Are we writing it?
Am I writing it? That's a good, yeah. I hear that a lot. It says hiwarun means dialogue. All right. In this section it says al-fatayat. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Zainabu, she answers, wa alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Man antunna ya akhawatu? إحداهن نحن بنات الشيخ عباس. زينب أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا. أمكن أستاذتي كيف حالها؟ إحداهن هي بخير والحمد لله. Am I going too fast for you guys?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, I'll do a little, one notch down. Zainab. أين هي الآن؟ إحداهن هي الآن في الرياض. زينب. متى ذهبت؟ إحداهن ذهبت قبل أسبوع. زينب. من ذهب معها؟ إحداهن ذهب معها أخونا إبراهيم. زينب. كيف حالكن؟ إحداهن نحن بخير والحمد لله. زينب. في أي مدرسة أنتن؟ Turn the page, or I should say اقلبوا الصفحة. Right? اقلبوا, all of you. اقلبوا. No. Turn. Right? الصفحة. هذه صفحة. صفحة. You got it? إحداهن نحن في المدرسة المتوسطة. Right? زينب. متى اختباركن؟ إحداهن اختبارنا بعد شهر. زينب. أذهبتن إلى المدرسة اليوم؟ إحداهن نعم ذهبنا ورجعنا. In this lesson, we're taking something, to be honest, that we've taken before. Excuse me. And it's learning the Vameer for speaking to a group of women, or how to say something belongs to a group of women that we are talking to. We've taken before hunna, right? Huh?
Woman?
Yeah, like we're talking about, a group of women that are third person. Ghaib, right? That's the phrase we're going to use, ghaib. We said hunna nisaun, they are women. So if we're talking to a group of women, second person, which is called mukhatab, we're going to say an tunna. An tunna. All right? Antunna. So we're talking to them now. Like if I'm talking to you guys, you're, all male students. I'm going to say what? Antum. So if they're all women, Antunna. You guys get that? If it was a group of men we were talking about, ghaib, we say hum. Right? We say hum. So over here, it's antum. All right. Now, do you guys remember when we say to a verb, when we have a verb and we attach antum to that verb, we said dhahaba. What do you do? Dhahabtum. Very good. I'm glad we can, move through this. Now, we added this part, ta, mim, tum, right? And we took it from here, antum. What do you think we're going to add over here? Dhahabtunna. So we're just going to add from the ta and the noon. Dhahabtunna. Can you guys see that, on my left side?
No.
You guys see that? You're really on the edge.
Yeah.
Okay. Dhahabtunna. All right? Now, in regard to ownership, though, what do we do in regard to ownership? Let's start out with the one that we know. Their books. What's the word? Let's just use book, right? Kitabun. How do I say their kitab? Kitabu. No, we're talking about hum. Kitabu hum. Right? Kitabu hum. So we've taken that out. How about hunna? Kitabu. No, for this one, it's kitabu hunna. I'm going to write it here. Kitabu hunna. All right? Very good. We've got these two out of the way. Antum. This one's a little different because normally you just want to add the ta there, right? But no. This is where the letter kaf comes in. Kayfa haluka. Kayfa halukum. Right? So, we're going to say here, kita bukum. Very good. Kita bukum. What's the Vameer that we added? Kum. All right. Now you guys should be able to figure out what we're going to add here.
Kitabu
kunna. All right? Because you see here the ta got transformed into a kaf and the meme stayed the same. What do you think is going to happen here? This will be transformed into a kaf and the noon will stay the same. Kitabu kunna. All right?
Plural woman, hunna, right?
Yes. Okay. So the reason why I did that, because in the hiwar, was the hiwar? In the dialogue. You might have noticed that a lot of times, ihdahunna, right? Aina ummu kunna. So this kunna is coming around a lot, and whenever kunna is coming there, it's to tell you that it's for a group of women, right? That that possess something, that own something, or something belongs to them, or related to them. And we have two nouns next to each other. Well, one's a noun, the other one's a pronoun. Kitabu, and kum. So we have the first word, which is mudaf, and the second one is mudafun ilay. Kitabu, kum. Kitabu, kunna. All right? So these dhamirs, kum and kunna, are what is known as dhamir of jar and nasb. What do you mean jar? Meaning that they can only come if they are in a majroor state. Like, fi, right? Can I ever say fi and tunna? Why?
Doesn't make sense.
Well,
In.
what's fi? What is fi? In, right?
And you.
Right? Yeah. So you want to say fi, or let's use ila. Ila is also useful. right?
Two.
Yeah. Ila. And whenever we add it to something, it's going to be ilay. Okay? Now, if I want to say to you, do I say ilay antunna?
إليهم.
No, don't worry about hunna and hum. We're going to do the ones we're speaking to. Ilay antunna? No, because this is jar. This is a harf jar, which means it needs a dhamir that accepts jar. And kunna and kum, they accept jar. So you have to say ilay kunna. Ilay kum. Alright? So some dhamirs, they can be in a place of, jar or non-jar. Right? Like hum, they can be there. You can say ilayhum, right? That one works, but one thing at a
What is
time.
إليهم?
Ilayhim, actually, you would say. To them.
So
So you cannot say إلههم.
No, you have to say ilayhim.
And when you add إله to whom, it's gonna
Ilayhim.
will be إليهم.
What did you want to say?
a group of females, it wouldn't be assalamu alaikum, it would be assalamu alaikunna.
That's right. Did you want to, like, if you're going to go see your mothers and,
No.
your grandmas and stuff like that?
Allah. We need that, right?
I mean, technically, you did. Oh, I only get one, though. Ilaykum. I'll give you a moment to write. For the guys online, they can always just pause, but this will make it where you don't have to pause. And I'm still going to go over the description, inshallah. But now, knowing this, you guys should be able to identify in the hiwar, in the dialogue, where the word begins and where it ends, and it's attached to a dhamir. Whether that is a dhamir of raf' or a dhamir of jar. Something like raf', or some of them are more than one, by the way. Right? Like ana, right? It's a dhamir of raf'. Okay? Or actually, we can just use hum. It's doing raf' and jar. Right?
So there are zamir, both can be used.
Actually, let me recall before I say something regretful. No, this one is jar and nasb. Hum is jar and nasb. Yeah, it's not coming in that form. The only time it would be like huwa, that's rafa'. Hum, like separated on its own, but if it gets attached to something, then it's jar and nasb. But if it's on its own, then it would be rafa'. Yeah.
So إله plus أنتم is gonna be إليكم.
Kum, yeah.
Okay, good.
Rafa, can you write it Rafa?
Rafa'a?
Ain. Ending with the Ain. Rafa.
Rafa'a?
Uh-huh.
What about it?
No, can you just write it?
The word.
The word?
Yeah, the word.
Is there...
Ends with the Ain?
It does, yeah. I'm surprised. What made you think of this word? Rafa'a.
Not that word, what you were saying earlier.
Where?
About the dhamir.
إليكم.
Oh, dhamiru raf'in. Now just make that a sukoon if you say rafa'. Meaning,
Rafa to Rafa then?
it's from there, yeah. Rafa'a. Rafa'a means he raised. Rafa'a means he raised.
Raf'in means what?
What is it?
What does it mean, the dhamir? Raf'in.
Rafi'in.
Raf'in.
Raf'.
Raf'in. Is it the dhamir?
Oh, if you add raf', remember when we said majroor, mansoob, marfu'? Dhamiru raf' means it's a dhamir of nominative state, which means, something like huwa and,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So إليكم you said to you. To
Yes,
you all.
yeah. All right. Don't get too caught up on this, guys. We're just trying to...
I thought that would just mean that it became a kesra.
It did, but remember, some of them are mabni, and they don't accept kesra. And if you start changing kesra, it will change the meaning of the word. Like, for adding anti, right? and then fi comes in front of it, first that can't happen, right? But let's say it did. Fi anta is masculine. If I say it's got to be affected by fi, guess what it changes into?
She.
It changes to she now. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. So that's why some of them, they can't change, because if they were to change, the whole sentence would be wrong. Or you would be saying something else. But rather, the kaf on fi ka, I'm just going to add it like that. It still does the same thing. Right? It means in you, masculine. In you, feminine, fi ki. So you can't change it because of the harf jar. It will change the meaning. So that's why they call some of the words are mabni. Yeah. Yes, the genitive state. All right. Moving on, let's go down to where they sentence number 2 on page 87. At the beginning. وَعَلَيْكُمُ السَّلَامُ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ. Now you guys know every harakah in that word or in that sentence.
We should.
Yeah, you should know. Is it assalamu alaykum wa rahmatallahi or wa rahmatullahi? Rahmatullahi. All right? Is it wa barakatuhu or wa barakatuhu? Barakatuhu. All right? And then it says, Man antunna. Who are you all? Ya akhawat. Who are you all, O sisters? Ihdahunna. What's that mean?
We are one of them.
One of them. One of them. Feminine. Ihdahum. Is one of them what?
Male.
Male. Ihdakum.
One of them.
One of you all? Male. Masculine. Good. نحن بنات الشيخ عباس. We are the daughters of Sheikh Abbas. Zainabu, ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. We took this in depth last week. Ummu kunna ustadhati. What's that mean? Right. Ummu, right?
Mother.
Kunna, your mother. Right? Well, we said when you add kunna, there's no real way to say antum in English language except for you all. Right? Or in the South, what do they say?
Y'all.
I don't know if there's an A in there, but we're going to put an A in there. This is antum or antunna. Y'all. You all. Okay? Ustadh. What's ustadh we said? Teacher, professor, right? But ustadhatun is the female version, the feminine version, right? Yeah. Your mother is my teacher, or y'all's mother is my teacher. That's what one of them was saying. Or I'm sorry, that's what Zainab was saying. All right. Kayfa haluha. How's she doing? Easy. Hiya bi khairin walhamdulillah. Bi khair? Yeah, she is well. Bi khairin. And literally khair means good, right? And bi, when it's added to something, it actually like you saying I'm in good. But it's just referring no quayas. Quayas don't belong here. Just so you know, that's very common amongst people from Egypt. If they want to say, how are you doing? They'll just say, koyis. I don't know what the origin is to that word. But
So there's no word?
I'm not familiar with what it's referring back to. That's what I'm saying. There might be some reference, but it's not going to be exactly as it's pronounced, koyis. Anyways, but they use it to say, I'm good. نحن هي بخير, meaning she's well. Walhamdulillah. أين هي الآن? Where is she now? هي الآن في الرياض. She's in Riyadh. متى ذهبت? That's a new word. متى. متى is new. Let's write it up here. Let's erase some of this on here. متى is used to mean when. So if somebody's asking you, متى ذهبت? What did he ask you?
When you win. No.
When he
No, you.
When
did you
He went.
Let me write down
When
mata.
he went, you said.
Mata
Now.
means when. All right. ذهب ذهبت is for anta.
You.
Yeah. When did you go? متى أكلت?
When did you
What's أكل?
Eat.
He ate. أكل is ate. He ate. أكلت. When did you eat? متى شربت؟ الآن.
When you drink. When you drinking now.
اشرب. Yeah. I know. That's what I'm saying. اشرب. It just so happened when I was saying متى, شربت, he was drinking. So also we have some qahwa. Some qahwa. You're familiar with this word, aren't you? They say it like that. Qahwa, in some parts of the world, they pronounce qaf as geems. So they say qahwa. Yes. They also call it fil masjid. And it might slip out on my own tongue sometimes because, Yemenis do that as well. But anyways, there's a difference between slang. Don't go read something in the Quran, fi jannatin na'im, which a lot of people do. Fi jannatin, you have to say the jim, all right? Mata, you learn the usage of the word mata, right? Mata dhahabta ila suq, right? Mata dhahaba ila suq.
he went?
When did he go? All right?
Right?
What is it? Suq is market, right? متى دخل الفصل?
When you get to the classroom.
No, he entered. دخل.
دخل.
Yeah, when did he enter into the classroom? All right? So you guys, you see what I'm giving you? I'm showing you how to use that word. You guys can now add when to your, vocabulary, to your encyclopedia. So if somebody asks you, متى الدرس? What is he saying to you?
When is the class?
When is the class? متى الصلاة? متى الخطبة? متى الخطبة? Right? So now you can see how, often you can use this word. متى. It's got a lot of uses to it. All right. But then how do you answer? متى. متل. Because I combined it because it's an alif at the end. Alif maqsoora. So if you're going to answer and you get stuck, actually let me give you guys this. بعد قليل.
After something.
What's qalil?
Short.
Short, a little. Not little as in small, like in a little while. بعد قليل. After,
After a while.
after, a little, after a while. بعد قليل. All right? If you don't have the exact answer. Or you guys have الآن, which is now. Right? And lastly, you will say الساعة. No. الساعة, and then something afterwards. No, then you give the time. So if the class is at 8, you say الساعة الثامنة. الساعة التاسعة. Like you'll have to just come with a time. If they ask you متى الدرس, for example, right? You can answer بعد قليل, in a little while. الآن, it's now.
اليوم.
الليلة,
الليلة نعم.
tonight.
Can you say after دقيقة?
بعد دقيقة. Yeah. بعد العشاء. All right.
النساء. After women.
بعد النساء. Yeah, he's right. Huh?
Can you say that? بعد النساء?
After the ladies' class.
Ladies class. You have
بعد, yeah, you would say like بعد درس النساء. Yeah. طيب. Well, what line are we on now?
ذهبت.
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 All right. متى ذهبت? That ta there, it comes to a noun. To a verb. ذهب, right? And we add this letter. It's called ta التأنيث الساكنة. تاء التأنيث. the ta of feminine, right? And sakina because it has a sukun. It gets added to the verb at the end. Dhahabat. It is not the fa'il, meaning it is not the one doing the action. Just like on dhahaba. Who's doing the action on dhahaba? What's the Arabic word? Huwa. Who's doing the action here? Hiya. This ta is to signify that hiya is implied and not huwa is implied. This ta is to tell us that hiya is, hidden and implied, and it is not dhahaba. I'm sorry, it's not huwa. Something like dhahab ta. Who is doing the action here?
Anta, you.
Me.
It is anta, but the ta is the one doing the action. I don't need to write. I'm not going to say the one doing the action is anta. The one doing the action is the ta. Over here, it's just a symbol to tell us hiya is doing the action. And there's some description to that. We'll get to it later on. But just memorize that part as for now.
Is it
All right.
dhahab too for Anna?
Yeah. So they have two for Anna. Let's continue. We got to at least get through this page of descriptions before we can go home. ذهبت or متى ذهبت ذهبت قبل قليل. So if بعد means after, قبل means what? Before. All right? قبل أسبوع. أسبوع. أسبوع means week. A week. Week, W-E-E-K. أسبوع. Okay, and then he says, من ذهب معها.
With who?
Yeah, who went with her. معها. Who went with her? Who are they referring to? Her mother, the ustadha, the professor. ذهب معها أخونا إبراهيم. So ذهب معها.
Was Ibrahim? Friend?
أخونا.
My brother.
No, not my brother.
Our.
Our. The noon. Na, the noon alif at the end. أخونا. Our brother. Ibrahim went with her. كيف حالكن? So Zainab is asking, how are you all? She's talking to them. All right? Kunna is there. Then she says, نحن بخير والحمد لله. We are well. Praise be to Allah. Here's a new one. أي, right? No, we've taken أي. We took it. We took it.
Which?
It means which. Why did it become أي and not أيو? We took أيو.
She.
Because fi came before it. So أي means which, right? أيو means which. أيا means which. It just depends on what harf jar, like fi, or what, what harf jar comes before it, or what, item comes before it. نحن بخير. في أي مدرسة أنتن? Which school are you in? Right? Which school are you all in? Yeah. إحداهن. One of them says نحن في المدرسة المتوسطة. We are in middle school. Middle. متوسطة. From وسط. Yeah. متى اختباركن? What we really should be asking is متى اختباركم? What's اختبار? Exam. اختبار is exam. Right? اختبار means exam.
Your exam. When is your
Are you talking to women or men?
woman?
Yeah. So now I'm asking you all. متى اختباركم? What would you guys answer?
Last year.
You'd probably say بعد أسبوع.
In a week.
you'd probably say that بعد أسبوع. شهر.
Months.
Anyways, that's the answer.
Read that for me.
احلم.
احلم. Dream. Keep dreaming. احلم. All right. Moving forward. متى اختباركن? When is your exam? When is y'all's exam? اختبارنا بعد شهر. Our exam is after 1 month.
But when the ikhtibar is Hamzatul Wasl, right? There.
Where? اختبار?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's Hamzatul Wasl. It's Hamzatul Wasl. Don't be confused about the placement of that symbol. Hamzatul Wasl will always have that symbol on top. Like that. But that doesn't signify do we pronounce it as fatha or kasra or dhamma. But it'll just have that symbol to let you know it's Hamzatul Wasl. Alright? There are other rules to kind of tell you what do we pronounce it as. So even though it's on top, don't be thrown off by that.
So if you were to say multiple months, would it be just a number before the shahadin?
Like if you want to just say
2 months.
1 month, 2 months.
no,
Oh, it would be 3 months.
yeah, you have to put a number.
Okay.
If you wanted to just say plural months, then you just change the word to plural, which is shuhur. Yeah, if you just say
2 months.
close without the ta.
Rain.
Shahrain.
Let's not get confused.
Yeah, it's true, but he's Arab, so
Yeah.
he knows some extra words that he should not know yet. أذهب. It's correct, yeah, you're on the right track. أذهبتن إلى المدرسة اليوم. Did you all go to school today? نعم ذهبنا ورجعنا. All right. We went and we returned. That's what raja'a means. Raja'a means he returned. So much stuff up here. Raja'a. He returned. How do I say we returned? Raja'na. Just add noon alif at the end. How do you say you returned? Just one person. Raja'ta. She returned. No, she. Raja'at. If you're talking to her, right? You would say for anti, you would say raja'ti. You all returned. Raja'tum. Only add the ka if it's to a noun.
This is fair.
This is for fi'l, so it's all going to take the taz. And these are dhamir rafa. Right? What is it? Yeah, well, just do tunna. Raja'atunna. Raja'atum for masculine. All right? Practice them. You know how you get good at this? You practice. You got to, take a word like this and you got to always attach, all these extra, suffixes. Keep on jumping on there. And then you get used to it and you're just able to take a word and to dissect it and know what's the original word and what's being added on. But if you don't practice, khalasun.
Adios.
Adios. Khalas means it's the end, end. It's the end.
Some friends who doesn't speak English,
Yeah?
Maybe wife. Arabic wife.
Or
I don't know, man. Arabic wife, they start speaking English now. They want you to teach them English. I don't know.
shake you, the recording is still on.
That's what happens, though. It's okay. He can edit it. No, you can leave this part in. It's not a big deal. But make sure you guys review your works. Do your classes throughout the week. Don't wait till the end or one day before. You guys are making good progress, and I'm surprised that the class has grown rather than decreased. That's impressive. Usually, wallahi, usually the class drops and it's actually going up. So that's very impressive. So you guys make sure you keep each other close and help one another. Yani you're doing this to learn the Quran, right? You're doing this to benefit. And like I was telling the sisters earlier, I was trying to motivate them. You have, in all of Nashville, how many sisters are teaching Arabic?
0.
I don't know of any that are teaching this course or that are teaching an Arabic course. Why? I said, it can't be in all of Nashville. There's 30,000 Muslims, you know, according to a consensus. Or a census, not consensus. According to some censuses, I think it was the Homeland Security was saying there's that many Muslims there. Okay. 30,000 and there's not one Arabic teacher? One woman Arabic teacher? Why? I said, you guys have to, you know, push yourself and learn and, you know, educate yourselves. Similarly, the brothers as well. If the women don't see the brothers are pushing, they're not going to do anything. There has to be like, you know, this role model being set where you guys are, you know, changing what your forefathers did. A lot of our forefathers and ancestors, they can't read Arabic. They can't understand the Quran. And that's why you find in masajid, some people are running through the Quran, right? And you can't even, you know, understand what they're saying. Taraweeh comes around, guess what they're doing? Just get through as fast as you can. Or they read one ayah, make a ruku'. What are you doing? You're there for khushu', you know, to find tranquility. How are you going to find tranquility? You can't understand anything. You know? Why can't you stay and read in the Quran for a long period of time? You don't know what you're reading. And not add to this, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنِ وَعَلَّمَهُ. He said, the best one of you is the one who learns the Quran, he teaches it. All right. No matter what business you establish, no matter what invention you create, no matter what degree you earn, you will never, never be better than the one who learns the Quran and teaches it. You, your parents, should be very proud, very happy that you have reached something where Allah will tell you when you pass away and He grants you paradise, inshallah, grants us all paradise, inshallah, I mean. He'll tell you, iqra. He's going to tell you, read. And your place in Jannah, you're going to keep going upward. He said the place in Jannah is going to be with the last ayah you recite. So if you only recite, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدَ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدْ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ, you get bottom property. Still, anywhere, even by the doorway in Jannah. The bawaba, as the last man who crawls out of paradise, you know, he's just going to say, let me just go by the door, oh Allah. He says, let me go by the gate. Don't even let me in, just let me go by the gate. And Allah knows better. And you know the whole narration for that. And then he hears them having fun and enjoying themselves. Oh, let me just get a little closer, let me, you know. But the bottom line is, with no profession, with no amount of wealth in your bank, right? Can you go up higher and higher and higher? Only with this Quran. And when you understand, you're going to want to learn more and you're going to have this desire and you're not going to stop until you know it. You know? So that's the goal behind why we're learning and why we're, you know, pushing ourselves and, you know, spending our free time to come and learn while others are enjoying themselves. You're coming to learn. Right? And you're ma'jur, bi'idhnillah. Ma'jur means you're rewarded. So you don't lose. You're getting, you know, lots of reward, bi'idhnillah. All right, we'll stop here. Most likely I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
Tomorrow, no?
No. No class tomorrow. And when I come back from that trip, I'll message you guys to let you know if I'll be here also on the following week as well. Yeah? All right. But take this time though, if I'm not here next week, take this time to review, and that means you will not have a week off after we reach chapter 15. So if I'm gone next week, that means that's your week off to review.
That's not, you didn't say